Hello, everyone. Luis Concepcion here from Strategic Profit Line Trading, coming to you with the plan of the week for week number 31. We got another busy week ahead of us. As always, I'm going to cover the news, provide a market overview. We got 1,540 companies reporting earnings this week. Here's our results for week 30. Provided 42 zones, went 8 and 2, so pretty decent week. No entry was 24. Just be mindful that a lot of things are in progress and are getting close. So you can feel free to review last week and see opportunities that may be coming into fruition. But these are the ones that are in progress. Starbucks, Hood, and Coin are already moving from our levels, and then BOH, UNH, UPS, and Moderna are in the zone. So you can look at opportunities there again this week. Here's the outlook for this week. Pretty much really busy in the known company names Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, and then we die down on Thursday and Friday with not so companies that are pretty much small caps and are not big movers of the market. Went ahead and I updated this week. Again, went 8 and 2, and then that brings our year total to 58 and 2. Moving into the news, as you can see on Monday, we don't have any news impacting the markets, probably because of the sell-off we had on Friday due to the jobs report. We're probably going to let the market recover a little bit on Monday from the pullback we had. Moving on to Tuesday again, we got a PMI report, and that's going to be 30 minutes after the open, so be mindful of that Tuesday morning. For those of you trading futures and forex, you can see the New Zealand dollar will be affected after hours. Moving on to Wednesday, no news. Thursday, the British pound will be affected pre-market, and then we got unemployment claims pre-market as well. So anticipate a little bit of volatility possibly on the open on Thursday, and then moving on to Friday, nothing affecting the U.S. markets, but the Canadian dollar will be affected pre-market. So be mindful of that. Not a lot of news this week. Probably taking a week off on the news from what happened this past week. But again, given the administration, anything is possible with a tweet or something unexpected. All right, moving into the charts and starting with the SPX. As you can see, this was Friday. We sold off, but the sell-off started on Thursday, and we had from top to bottom a 3.5% drawdown. So nothing major. Everybody's panicking, but we closed right into one of our zones on Friday, which is why I'm saying expect the market to have a positive Monday. Again, we won't know until Monday, but again, we fell into our zone, and that zone being 62.13 to 61.72. So buying opportunity or going long on Friday at the close was probably a good thing for Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday's trades. And that's the SPX. Moving on to the NASDAQ, a little bit different story. The NASDAQ did fall a little bit more, and this rise was due to Microsoft and Meta crushing earnings, and they gave all that half of their profits back on Friday with a 4% drawdown on tech. But that's where it came from. Meta and Microsoft having outstanding earnings, rising 10 to 15%, and then them giving partial of those profits back, or people taking profits. With that being said, the NASDAQ, we closed into our zone on Friday. 22,715.02 to 22,381. This zone has worked several times. So if Meta and Microsoft continue to sell off, not saying that that's going to happen this week, but we can finally see our 2187, 875 to 2151, 21,541 in the NASDAQ. And there is still no supply in the SPY and the NASDAQ on larger time frame charts. Moving into the Dow obviously made its all-time highs and then retreated with the SPY and NASDAQ. Still waiting for this to go a little bit further, that level being 431.66 to 427.75. And then finishing with the RUT. The RUT held our level and closed into a level. So as you can see, the RUT went a little bit deeper into the level than the NASDAQ and the SPY. but it did start its reversal. With that being said, this level is still, I'm going to leave it here, but just realize that it's lower probability. So when and if we come back up, the next level we're going to use for supply on the rut is going to be 2333.73 to 2370.13. Be mindful of this level. While it may hold into Monday, more aggressive trade, and we will be waiting next for the 2042 to 2009.91. But this level is still intact for the week, and that level on the demand side is going to be 2165 to 2134. Now, moving into earnings, the first company I have for you this week is going to be Berkshire Hathaway B shares. No supply, no major supply here. First demand level I have for you is going to be 434.76 to 425.19. This is Monday morning. They report. Next company I have for you is Wayfair, ticker symbol W. Nothing significant here. We're closer to supply. That supply level being 74.08 to 78.68, and I have a demand level for you all the way down at 3373.227.96. Next company is Fresh Pets, ticker symbol FRPT. Been falling since our level earlier in the year. Hasn't stopped falling, but we're coming into demand. That demand level being 59.60 to 55.43. And on the supply side, 105.99 to 111.74. Next company I have for you is Tyson, ticker symbol TSN. On the demand side, 50.06 to 49.25. On the supply side, 60.05 to 62.23. Next company I have for you is IDEX Laboratories, ticker symbol IDXX. On the supply side, 610 to 671.08. On the demand side, 441.69 to 424.71. Moving on to Monday afternoon, a company that's been in everybody's been talking about, Palantir. It's been a rocket ship all year. No supply in Palantir. First demand level I have for you is 134.61 to 130.40. Next is Hims and Hers, ticker symbol HIMS. First demand level I have for you here is at 37.76 to 31.61. And I just realized how far that was, 50%, but there is a level right here at 52.04 to 45.17. Next company I have for you is going to be Lattice, ticker symbol LSCC. On the demand side, 39.17 to 32.39. On the supply side, 74 even to 78.51. Moving on to Tuesday morning. First company I have for you is Pfizer, ticker symbol PFE. It's in a zone right now, that zone being 2354 to 2278. In the event of an overshoot on earnings, the next level is at 2093 to 1960, and supply is a ways away. Next company is Caterpillar, ticker symbol CAT, another company that has just been ripping to the upside. No supply in Caterpillar. First demand level I have for you is at 363.79 to 354.71. Next company I have for you is Duke Energy, ticker symbol DUK. There is no supply in Duke Energy. First demand level I have for you is sitting at 110.74 to 108.39. Next company I have for you is Marriott, ticker symbol MAR. On the demand side, 238.21 to 227.48. On the supply side, 301.38 to 308.13. Next company I have for you is DuPont, ticker symbol DD. On the demand side, 62.05 to 58.39. On the supply side, 83.49 to 86.69. Next in the chip space, moving into Tuesday afternoon, AMD just hit supply on Friday, so just be cautious with this level. This level has worked. It is aggressive. I would be very, very cautious on this level, 179.60 to 187.38, and it all depends on what NVIDIA does this week as well. However, we have a demand level here at 147.68 to 141.47. Next is going to be Super Micro. Ever since their problems they had earlier this year with accounting, they've been moving up. And the first demand level I have for you here is 34.03 to 30.61. And on the supply side, 66.44 to 73.03. Next company I have for you is Arista, ticker symbol ANET. Approached this supply level and rejected it. Again, cautious with this level, 128.98 to 133.93. And on the demand side, 82.48 to 75.57. Next company I have for you is Rivian. I was asked to cover this company. It's been staying between our levels, supply to demand, demand to supply, supply, and now back to demand. That level at demand is 10.24 to 9.54. And on the supply side, 15.94 to 17.09. Moving on to Wednesday morning. First company I have for you is Uber. You can see that we pretty much hit this level here on Friday and we had a little reaction. So be mindful of this level here. 85.26 to 82.33. However, the better level here is at 79.45 to 76.98. And there is no supply in Uber. Next company I have for you is Shopify, ticker symbol SHOP. Rejecting this supply level here, big level 130.71 to 154.10. On the demand side, 85.96 to 78.17. Next company I have for you is Novo Nordisk, ticker symbol NVO. It is sitting here in this demand 52.68 to 45.65. Again, be mindful that the of earnings becomes more aggressive as we're closer to this 45 level. However, this is a larger time frame demand zone with the potential to get up to our first supply level here at 72.61 to 75.72. Next company is Disney. Disney has pretty much, since it hit the 80s, has been doing nothing but going up. However, we're coming into some supply levels right here. First level I have for you is 129.89 to 133.89. In the event of overshoot, you got 136.27 to 139.33. So a lot of supply up here in the 130 area. Then on the demand side, starting at 106.44 to 104.64, with a subsequent level at 102.67 to 100.94. Next company I have for you is good old McDonald's, ticker symbol MCD. No supply in McDonald's for you. First level I have for you is 283.03 to 276.66 with a subsequent level at 274.25 to 265.14. Next company I have for you is Elf. On the supply side, 167.34 to 172.39. Then on the demand side, 82.98 to 74.27 with a subsequent level at 69.63 to 64.43 on the demand side. Next company I have for you is DraftKings, ticker symbol DKNG. On the demand side, 38.10 to 36.24. On the supply side, 58.49 to 61.28. Moving on to Thursday morning, Eli Lilly, ticker symbol LLY. On the demand side, 672.10 to 660.05 with a subsequent level at 649.94 to 636.68. On the supply side, be mindful that this level has worked on two separate occasions, so it's more aggressive at this point, 817.77 to 832.65, with a subsequent level at 890.21 to 902.82. Next company I have for you is the Trade Desk, ticker symbol TTD. On the demand side, 56.58 to 51.99. Be mindful this company was just recently added to the S&P 500. On the supply side, 117.61 to 123.07. The last company I have for you is going to be Team. On the demand side, 171.34 to 165.91. On the supply side, 311.20 to 326.99. That's going to do it for the charts this week. If you're not doing so already, go ahead and follow me on social media. Do me a favor and hit that likes and subscribe button. If you have any questions, comments, or concerns about upcoming courses, feel free to email me or check out the website. And till next time, happy trading.